we haven't been uploading as much recently because the videos on the channel, for some reason, actually have been doing better when we give them a few days to actually catch traction. But I think that may change. Shout out to LogicSphere, the LogicSphere. He requested that, we take a look and give an opinion on Edge, EDG, Edgeless, and Reef. So, shout out to you, bro. Today, we're going to take a look at Reef. We're going to talk about Reef news. We're going to get into Litecoin news. And of course, as you see in the title, we're going to be updating Litecoin because it had the run up we previously expected from the last update. But, ever since the last dump, we haven't really updated anything in regards to that. So we're going to take a look at that. But number one, got my trusty phone here for my notes. We're definitely going to talk Reef news because there are a lot of things that Reef is doing that is that's pretty much gonna solidify them for the foreseeable future. Now, I want to preface this by saying that Reef is a new coin, all right? And you know how I feel on this channel about new coins. And in case you don't, for me personally, when it comes to investing, I have already laid out a criteria for how I go about my trades and my investing. Yes, I did get into Uniswap, but I mean, it was Uniswap, right? And it was Uniswap. But I also followed the technical analysis of Uniswap and kept you guys well aware that it had the potential to go down to under $2 into the dollar range. It did. It popped up. New all-time highs, price discovery. That coin is taking off. I gave you guys multiple opportunities on this channel with updates to get into that coin to have 4 and 5x your money at this point. All right. So to Reef. Reef has actually come out and they're working with a lot of people who have a lot of clout when it comes to the names of names and the who's who of cryptocurrency. We're talking about Polkadot. We're talking about Ethereum. We're talking about Chainlink. All right. So I'm going to put on the screen here and go over some of these tweets and things that they have announced in regards to what they are working on. Okay, here we go. First one right here on the screen for you guys. Reef Finance is glad to announce that the Reef bonds will be on Binance Smart Chain. Users will now be able to enjoy cheap transaction fees, high network throughput, cross-chain DeFi support, Binance ecosystem support, and then upcoming light entry bonds. All right, so staking as well. Reef bonds is a DeFi initiative where users can stake their Reef for a certain lockup period and earn lucrative returns. So there you go. An important a big name in Binance and staking, so that we're already getting off to a good start. Now I'm going to put up another screenshot with a cluster of information in regards to what they have been working on and the partnerships, the people that are going to be working on these things with. So let's start from the top left. We've got Reef Client will be releasing the first types of baskets in late January or early February. Reef Baskets Engine version 1. The first version of the engine is static. All right. They got a DOT basket engine, Polkadot, INK implementation of basket engines. So they're going to be working with Polkadot, and we know Polkadot is a competitor to Ethereum. So they're going to be working with them. All right. Chainlink integration, the Oracle DeFi Chainlink. All right. So Chainlink is another big name that they're going to be working with. Right, so they're already coming out the gate, tying themselves to people who are basically an integral part of the cryptocurrency sphere at the moment. And now we're talking about Ethereum deployment version 1 testing. Now they're going to be seeing Ethereum deployment version 1 testing. Okay, yield engine. We all know about yield farming, powered by the modified analytics engine. All right, and then a multi-ecosystem support. This refers to the support through the basket engine. So Reef has a lot going on. And so before we get to the chart, I want to get to the chart, but before we get to the chart, I want to say this. I think Reef right now, it's hard to find what their market cap is. I've checked whatever exchange that they're on, which is few very big exchanges. I mean, they're on Uniswap. They're on Binance. They're on a couple other ones. However, see, the thing is, they haven't been out long. There's not a lot of information on the chart. And even with all of this good news, you're going to see in a minute that that still didn't result in a crazy pump in price, even with all the name dropping that they've done with Binance, Chainlink, Ethereum, Polkadot. It still had nothing to do. And what did I tell you? The market doesn't care, all right? The market will do what the market does when it's time, all right? And right now, I would assume that part of the reason is, even though Reef is name dropping, it's a new coin, and what's the market cap on it? And, you know, for my criteria, these are the things that I've laid out in case you didn't know, all right? It has to be 60 million plus market cap, between 60 million and 200 million if you want good gains on a trade setup, but it has to be above a $60 million market cap. That's number one. You have to have a working product or be an integral part of building blockchain systems, layers, or codes, you know, to further advance blockchain, which they apparently are name dropping and working with major companies. Those are two very, very important parts. And then you have, of course, when it comes to the overall technical analysis, a bullish pattern and lots of information on the chart. So, you know, it doesn't pass the standard criteria for investment. But I will say, because we're in the bull market, if you're buying it now, just know that it is high risk and is not financial advice. But let's go take a look at the Reef chart real quick. I just want to give you guys a snapshot of the chart on a larger time frame, and then we'll come back and we'll get into the Litecoin news and Litecoin chart. Let's take a quick look at Reef. All right, here we go. Real quick on Reef. I can't give you guys a look at the weekly chart because there's only 2 candles. I can't give you a look at the daily chart because there's only 11 candles on the daily chart. So I'm here on a 12-hour chart, and the only thing that I'm looking for right now is this rounded bottom that I have here for you guys on this screenshot. This is the only thing that I'm looking at, all right, as far as potential. You can also draw this as a falling wedge as well, but I'm going to stick to the rounded bottom, all right? So that's pretty much it. You know, let me go down to the 4-hour, you know, where you have more of an abundance of information, but it's pretty much going to tell you the same thing. You might have a double bottom here, where this, hold on, let me draw a double bottom for you guys. All right, here you go, 4-hour double bottom. You may have a double bottom here that hasn't really taken off, but again, it's high risk. And, you know, I'm going to add another line here just in case this is invalid. The line that you want to break is right here, all right, on this screenshot. So that's pretty much it. As you can see also that this line could be considered valid because you have 4 touches. You've got a green touch at the top, a red touch in the middle, and then two red touches, a green and a red closer down right here where the price action is, where it looks like it recently just got rejected. So even though the information on this chart is very minimal, there's a little bit here, but it's on the shorter time frame, so it's not a determining factor of what you will see happen with this coin long down the line, you know, maybe a day or a week from now. So if you did want to get into this coin, what you would do is pretty much don't throw the bank at it. Don't throw the bag, don't throw the bag at it. At least not at this moment, in my opinion, not financial advice. How I would play this is, okay, let's do this. I'll put $500 in it, and let's just say I'll have a budget of $5,000. I'll start with the 500. See where the price goes. You know, I'll put 500 in, and I'll give you guys an update on that and go from there. But let's move on to Litecoin, all right, because there are some important things on Litecoin that I do want to discuss with you guys. And, you know, even though Litecoin has kind of been stagnant in its price, it's a high cap coin. I think that they're doing things that is keeping them relevant, as well as larger corporations are keeping them relevant as well, and for good reason. You know, there's solid coin. They're old school coin. They're the uncle. But anyway, here's the news. I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys. Grayscale accumulates 178,691 Litecoin worth 28.9 million in 30 days. And it says actually that they accumulated 80% of the Litecoin that has been mined in February. What does that tell you guys? They're going to be offering Litecoin solutions and investment opportunities on their platform, as they do for Ethereum, Bitcoin, and an assortment of other coins. All right, so that gives you some assurance as well when investing and trading Litecoin. And we're going to get to the charts in a second, because some good things happening on that chart. The next piece of mail: after XRP and Litecoin, Flare plans to bring smart contracts functionality to Stellar. See, Litecoin has been trying to make a move into smart contracts, and as well as they've had this new code, this new layer that's coming out that, let's just say, is promising, but it remains to be seen. But the most important aspect of it is that shows you that it has the staying power, at least for the foreseeable future. It won't get drowned out by Polkadot or Chainlink, as they have crept up into that market cap range. Google Finance, here's the last piece of news. Google Finance adds dedicated crypto tab featuring Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin. All right, Ether is Ethereum's coin. All right, in case you guys didn't know that. I know a lot of people call it Ethereum, but it's actually Ether. So I want to read this first paragraph at the bottom. Google Finance has added crypto prices to the finance.google.com domain. The section titled Crypto now appears in the Compare Markets category alongside conventional stock and currency markets. The section provides key information for various cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin. Now, again, when you think of cryptocurrency, those three are what immediately comes to the mind: Litecoin, Ethereum, Ether, and Bitcoin. Mostly Bitcoin. Bitcoin is synonymous with cryptocurrency, and I hear a lot of people talking about, you think Bitcoin, crypto get rich quick and all of this other stuff. And the reality of it is, if you know what you're doing, you can, quote unquote, get rich quick. Not financial advice. I wouldn't advise you trying it. All right, but let's scoot over to the charts for Litecoin, because there are some good things happening that I want to make you guys who are in a Litecoin setup or who are holders of Litecoin aware of. Now, if you were already in it, you were buying Litecoin at $90, $100, under that, I was buying under 70. I have, Litecoin under 70. You're not too worried about it, right? You're still waiting for those all-time highs and beyond to really start deciding whether you want to start letting go of some of your Litecoin. But the people who are looking to get in Litecoin see it as a solid investment, something more stable that they can scale in over time. Pretty much what we like to do on this channel, where, we like the slow to fast moving coins like the Algorand, where you can get plenty of money into the market to work that uptrend from 30, 35 cents, well, 37 for us and our setup, up to over $1, $1.20, $1.30 within 2 to 3 months. All right, so double and tripling your money in 2 to 3 months, and you can get a larger amount into the market. Don't forget about our ontology setup, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get to the Litecoin chart now. Here we go. Starting out on the weekly. I know y'all are looking at y'all account, y'all licking y'all chops, and y'all are like, come on, man, Litecoin, let's get these all-time highs popping. But you got a tweezer top, so you might come down to this rounded line. This is the weekly, all right? This is the weekly, and I got this yellow line drawn here because at and below this line is pretty much where you want to buy for safety purposes. Not financial advice, nope. So you did come down close to this line. Down here around $1.50. I said $1.50. Got to be more careful. $150. Down here at $150, you probably would have picked up 1 or 2 more Litecoin, depending on your budget. If you got a lot of money, you probably picked up 50 to 100. Okay, for a continued move higher. What you're gonna get here is, over time, a continued move higher. But don't be surprised if you come all the way down to touch this yellow line and even drop below it, as even more of an opportunity before taking off where this green rounded bottom line is for a continued move higher. Let's go down to the daily and let's get a closer look at what the let's get a closer look at what this chart is actually doing. All right, down here on the daily, you can see that I've drawn like a small falling wedge, and it was another falling wedge, a larger one after that, even one that wicked down to the previous one before it broke out. So I'm going to put something here. Let me draw a round. I'm going to draw a rounded bottom in this area down touching this green line, because that is the first thing that I want to see out of Litecoin. All right, here you go. Boom, a rounded bottom. So in this area, this is what I want to see. Now, whether it comes all the way down and round off or not, it doesn't matter, because like I said, that yellow line, even down to the green line, the larger rounded line that you can see circling where the price action is accurately, that's where you want to be buying. All right, not financial advice. That's where I would be buying for Litecoin. Again, I'm already set up for Litecoin, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But for you new entry participants, this would be optimal for you guys. I've already drawn out the targets and, pretty much where the price will be going to and bouncing going forward. But you got to remember as well, Litecoin hasn't spent a lot of time in these ranges. So there's going to probably be a lot of price action, a lot of uncertainty, buying and selling. Let's go down to the 12-hour. Let's take a look at the 12-hour. Let's see what we can muster up. Same here on the 12-hour. And actually, you know what? Another thing that I want to see, because see, Litecoin moves slower than everything else. That's just the reality of it. It moves slower than everything else. So what I want to see now, I want to see probably maybe 10 to 15 candles on this 12-hour. So 4 days, maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe 15, 20 candles, 4 or 5 days before I can really assess the price as far as what it's going to do and when it's going to do it. All right, down here on the 12-hour. But let's continue on. Let's go down to the 8-hour. Let's see if we can see anything else. Okay, let's zoom in here. Down here on the 8-hour, you've got one bottom. You've got one bottom close to where this rounded bottom is. Now, if it is to be a rounded bottom, I would probably say you'll see another, let me draw a line across. Maybe you get a double bottom here. All right, let me draw this line. Maybe you get a double bottom down here at $152. You can see it right there to the right in the blue box. $152. That's probably where the price will start to round off. Okay. Let me shrink this rounded bottom as well. Let me make it smaller. Now that we're closer to the price action in this area. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I mean, it's very simple for Litecoin. Nothing complex. It's a slower moving coin. It's going to take a while. Here we go. So there you go. That's the area. 8-hour. Let's go down to the 4-hour. Let me see. All right, 4-hour. You just pretty much get a better look at what I've already drawn, and it's the same. Nothing has really changed. Like I said for you guys before, if you break that 140, 144, you're gonna go to 200, 220, 240. You went as high as 445, 245. And the reality of it is this: you're looking for all-time highs out of Litecoin no matter when you get in at this point. So whether you get in at 173, you accumulate more at 150, 153, or more at that yellow line down at $140, $145, excuse me. It is not going to make a difference because your goal is $350 all-time high Litecoin. All right. So that's pretty much it. See, the good thing about Litecoin being a slower, steady coin is that it gives you time to make decisions when invested in the market. Even with big run-ups, because it's slow and volatile, it gives you many opportunities to get in at good prices. A lot of these coins, they'll run up, they'll come down and bounce so quick that by the time you even found out that it bounced, it's like it's already back to where it was, or ways away from where you wanted to buy in. All right, but that's pretty much it. Upcoming videos. All right, I need to update Algorand, I need to update Chainlink, and I need to update Ontology. And I think all three of those videos are going to come this week. despite the fact that the videos do a lot better when I give it 4 or 5 days in between uploads. Because I think it's important that you guys are aware of the price action and we update our trade setup on Ontology. But real quick on Ontology, as you know, it is below our accumulation line at $1. Okay, so yes, I have accumulated more, and I've actually been over leveraged and got pulverized on that. But we will give that update when we get to that video. All right, I'm Sha. This is the DEFI. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, you guys will be there on these updates because it's a lot of money flowing in this market, and we need to get our fair share. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.